Hello, everyone, and welcome to Culture Shock. Today, we're going to zap you in different parts of the world, learn how deep, rich, electrifying other cultures can be. And I'm your host, Blanca, and we are headed to our last stop towards Guyana and our guest, Kian. Hello, Kian. How are you
Hi.
today?
Hi.
We're
I'm
very
good,
happy
thank
to
you.
have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And so, we would like to start talking about your country. So,
Okay.
help us to learn more about Guyana and its culture.
Okay.
First, I want to present anyone Guyana flag. We can
Yes.
see here that we have main colors that are green, yellow, and red, right?
Yes.
And as we know, like green represents jungles and the
Yes.
land, right?
Yes, it
That you
does.
were telling me before.
Yes.
And also yellow represent wealth.
Yes.
And what about like um the other two colors? Could you?
So the red represents the bauxite of
Mm-hmm.
Guyana, and the gold color represents the richness. Guyana is very rich in gold, so that represents the gold. And there's the white. There's an accent with the white that represents the water, because Guyana is known as the land of many waters.
It's interesting.
Hmm.
It's interesting how flag is not just a bunch of colors and shapes. Each part tells the story
Yes.
about our country, right? So, Ken, could you just jump into geography?
Okay.
In what continent is your country located?
Guyana is located in South America. It's on the northern side of South America. It's on the northern side, on the top of South America. It's bordered by Venezuela and Brazil.
Okay, since it is by Ecuador, right?
Yes,
It's a tropical country. It must be great to go and visit.
it is. It's very warm. It's not humid, it's dry. And the temperature ranges from 89 to 90, 93 degrees or so. And we do have rain, but it's more dry and just very, very nice.
Which places would you recommend it to go?
So there are a few places I would recommend. I would recommend definitely to visit the Kaitro Falls. That is known as the longest falls in the world. And definitely, I would say the capital because it has a lot of culture, a lot of European influence there as well. And the forest. Definitely visit the rainforest.
We were talking about the seasons before. You have
Mm-hmm.
like dry and wet seasons,
Yes.
right? And which one would you recommend us to go?
If you're going to go, I would say definitely go in the dry season because when it rains, it can be a lot of rain. I've experienced days where it's probably about 3 weeks of rain. So I would definitely recommend going in where we considered here the spring, maybe April to May and June. Those are really good times to visit.
And when would you tell me it's like the cheapest season of the year? Because I would like to go and I want to try to go in the cheapest season.
It would have to be those same months because December I wouldn't recommend because it's Christmas and Christmas is very big in Guyana. Or I wouldn't recommend. Well, I would recommend. It's not the cheapest, but I would recommend you visit in February.
Okay, noted. We're gonna go to talk about more about the flag.
Okay.
Would you describe the land and terrain in Guyana? As we saw from the flag,
Mm-hmm.
there are jungles. What else can we find out there?
Um, Lots of animals, lots of birds. There's a lot of trees, tropical fruits that I have never seen anywhere else. Especially here in America, we're known for a lot of tropical fruits, and Guyana is one of the countries that actually most of the food that we ingest is made there, is planted there, is grown there. So we're a self maintained country.
It's very interesting. Are there any animals? Because we were talking about
Yes.
animals before that we should be careful about.
Hmm. Um, the jaguar, of course, but you wouldn't see a jaguar in the city. If you were to go into the forest area, yes, you will encounter a jaguar. That would be the animal I would say to look out for.
Have you seen them like
I
in the
have.
streets or something
Well,
like that
no, they're
before?
not in the streets, but they're at the zoo. So they have them on display. They're there for people to come and see the animals, the jaguar.
And do you have any like national animal?
It would be the jaguar as the animal, and then we do have a bird that's called a kanji pheasant. That's the national bird.
I'm sure because like of the tropical weather,
Hmm.
Guyana is rich and abundant in wildlife, right?
Yes.
Now, for those who are looking to visit,
Hmm.
is there any no language barrier? Because the English is the main language, correct?
Yes, it is.
It's any like language
There
barrier there?
are there are many languages. We have the Hindu. There's
Mm-hmm.
people that speak for religious purposes. They speak Hindi. I also know there is people that live in the border on the borderlines of Venezuela. They speak Spanish,
Oh.
and those who live on the borderline of Brazil, they speak Portuguese as well. But mainly it is English.
And do you speak those other languages?
No, I grew up in the city, so we only speak English there.
What about any of your relatives? Were you around it grown up?
No, English.
What about when you speak like someone speaks Spanish?
Well, I would say it's not a different language, but it is broken Creole that we speak, broken English. Um, that's the only thing, yeah.
Okay, one more topic I would like to cover is religion.
Yes,
What is the main religion in Guyana?
Christianity.
Christianity.
Hmm.
Are there any other big religions there besides like Christianity?
Yes, Hindu.
Hindu.
Hmm. We have Hindu. We also have Roman Catholics,
Hmm.
um, and we have Muslims as well. So, but the biggest would be Hindu and Christianity.
We will say like Hindu as Asians. Is there a huge population of also Chinese
Yes, we
people
do
as
have
well?
a youth population of Chinese that resides in Guyana. Yes, um, the history is they came um, in the 1800s from China. They came as indentured servants,
Hmm.
and they end up staying. And so there's a high population of those, and also Indians.
I'm gonna cover very interested, and now a bit of fusion of food in Guyana. It's very good.
Yes.
So for everyone overall, the view of Guyana. When we come back, we will jump into Ken's personal experience in Guyana. Don't go anywhere because we'll be here.
Finally Thursday. Tonight's the night. Are you ready?
You know I can't. I have that test tomorrow that I've been talking about.
Cognitive dissonance, huh?
What?
Cognitive dissonance? The state of having two conflicting thoughts.
What?
Basically, when you can't decide on something because the two things you want to do are contradictory to each other. So, for example, you want to go out, but you know you should study for your test.
And how do I fix this exactly?
You either have to change your beliefs or you have to change your actions.
Where did you even learn this? I can't even spell cognitive dissonance.
I'm a comm studies major, remember?
Yeah, whatever. Alright, well, I guess I'm staying home because there's no way I'm gonna survive tomorrow without studying.
Whatever. Suit yourself.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
That is so fat.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I didn't
Nobody.
know those islands exist.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
It's Guyana country. Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna talk about how life really is in Guyana through Kian's experiences. Describe how life is out there. Let's start simple. Is it slow pace or fast pace?
It is slow. It is definitely slow. Here is a lot faster than it is back home.
As we expected, because definitely the opposite of how we are in New Jersey. Everything here is fast paced and timely. What age did you move here?
I moved here when I was 20 years old. Um, yeah, moved to New Jersey when I was 20.
Moving here at 20, I'm sure you face many culture shocks. Can you list some of them?
I think the two biggest ones, one was the way employees speak to their supervisors, managers, and the other was my neighbors. They weren't that friendly. Growing up back home, we said good morning, said hi, good night to everyone. Everyone knew each other in the community, so that was different for me. I felt like people didn't really. There wasn't much of a community from what I was used to.
What would you say was your biggest struggle?
I think
and why?
I think it was the one with the way I would speak to my super. It's very informal. Back home, we are very formal in the way we speak to our superior or bosses, and so hearing my supervisor tell me, "Just call me Chuck," was like, okay, that's different. So that was a big culture shock for me.
And now that you're settled here, what are the things that you really missed about home?
Um, I would say I miss Christmas. Christmas, which is one of my favorite seasons. Holidays, I miss that because it's so different back home. I miss the food, of course. The food tastes different here. I think those are some of the things that I miss from back home.
In anything that you will say better here than Guyana?
Um, I would say opportunities. There's lots more opportunities here compared to Guyana. I have an opportunity to be an entrepreneur, which I have, and I've had the opportunity to have many different types of jobs, which, you know, back home it's limited.
Let's dive a little bit deeper. Tell us about like personal story about growing up in Guyana until you moved here. Any childhood memories or anything that you can tell us about life over here. So,
So, back home, the one thing that I remember and I still desire to see is the night sky, because you know it's not very bright at night, so I'm able to see all the stars, and I miss that and the big bright moon and just sitting on in front of my yard and just watching up at the night sky. I think that's what I remember, and just playing as a child, being outside all day, and just playing outdoors and just coming in time for bed.
what was the best part to living in Guyana?
That was the best part. My childhood, I would say. My childhood was the best part of living in Guyana.
And what about the biggest struggle is in living in Guyana?
Opportunities. That was the hardest. Finding opportunities. And I think for me also, thinking of it now, I think the diversity. There's so many different cultures here, and I love that.
And now we're talking about how would you describe people in Guyana? Are they warm, friendly, cold, more serious?
They're warm. They're Guyanese people are big on hospitality, so we love to love on people. So that's how I would describe people of Guyana.
Do they welcome and with and friendly with foreigners and hoping they do like with visitors?
Oh yes, of course. The one thing about Guyanese is that we love to feed people, so you'll be fed. You'll be fed.
What are the biggest difference between the people here and Guyana? You were talking about that before, but what is the biggest?
I think I would say the friendliness, the hospitality. That's the biggest one. That's the difference.
Sounds great. I really like want to visit Guyana. And let's talk about like a place to live. What about living in Guyana?
Um, if someone wanted to live in Guyana, I would say first visit and see what the culture is like, and if that's something that they want to, I would encourage it. And if you are, I would recommend the city. The city is the best place to be, and the outskirts of the city. There is places like Rupununi as well. If you want to be by the water, Rupununi, the savannas of Rupununi, it's just gorgeous. I would recommend those two places to live.
And what about if I just want to say I'm going to go and moved definitely to Guyana?
Definitely the city, because that's where everything happens. If you wanted to, there you can live on the outskirts. There's a place called Buxton. It's close to the city, but you still have that. You have more of a country life there.
Thank you, Kian, for giving us your story. I think we have a pretty good view of how life is in Guyana. When we get back, we're going to talk about delicious food of Guyana.
Every day.
Stay tuned.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
All right, everyone, grab your seat and bon appetit, because right now we're going to talk about food, my favorite part. And I know food is very important about cultures, right? Yes, it is. So let's start talking about food. Tell me how you celebrate with food, what kind of food do you have? And I saw that you brought us something in here.
I did. So food is very big for us because of we have a mix of culture. We have Chinese, we have Indians, and we also have the natives. And so our food is mixed with that. Primarily, it's Afro food, Chinese, Indian, and the native food. So what I brought here today, it's a dish that is made back home. It's called saltfish and bake. It's made with salted cod, and it's fried in. It's put into a dough and it's fried in. And so originally it's done where the bread, the fried bread, is on the side, and you have the saltfish, and you put it together. But to make it easier, we actually made it where my mom and I thought it would be easier to eat, was to put it together, stuff the saltfish within the bread.
Ooh, it looks good. It looks good. Do you usually do it when you celebrate something important, or it's something that you have it like most of the time, during the morning, during the afternoon, when you are with your friends or people who is just visiting?
We have it in the mornings. It's usually a breakfast or something to have at night. That's how we eat it. It's very popular. It's not a food that we use like for holidays. It's just something that we do every day.
Okay, and what about traditions?
So traditionally, we have certain foods that we have during the holidays. At Christmas, there is pepper pot. It's a native dish that it's a stew. It's a dark stew that is sweet and salty and spicy. And then we have garlic pork. It's a fermented dish where the pork is pickled in vinegar, garlic, and thyme and pepper. And after a few days, you would fry it or bake it, and you have it with bread, or some people have it with rice. It's up to you.
I love it because in our country, we really say like food brings a family together. And it's not just connected by eating our food, it's just about like traditions,
Yes.
right? And I think like the dish that you just brought us reflects a lot about like your country, your culture, and it looks like amazing beside dishes in Guyana. What other typical food like do you usually share with family, friends, or in your culture?
So pepper pot would be one. That's the main dish. We also have roti and curry. That's another dish that is shared amongst others. Everyone shares that. And that's mostly what is shared. So those are things originally we eat. We also have, as far as sides, we do eat a lot of rice. We have roti and we have yuca, like the roots. Yeah, so yuca is very big, and fried plantains. We eat a lot of that as well.
You know what is very interesting? It's like something. It's a mix of cultures.
Yes, it is.
As a
Yes.
Hispanic,
Yes.
as a Hispanic, we usually eat the same thing, like
Yes.
rice, beans, plantain, a lot of meat, a lot of the salad. It's just a small portion.
Yes.
It is the same with your dishes.
It is. It is. Salad is a small portion. Rice is very big, and of course the root like yuca, that is also, and plantains. Whether it's ripe or it's green, it's very popular.
What about the spices?
Oh, so spices. The main spices that you must have in your kitchen, it would be cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and gram masala and cumin. You need to have those. If you don't have it, you can't put a dish together because it's used throughout every day, those spices, to make different dishes.
I'm gonna taste a little bit and see. I'm gonna give you my opinion about your dish. Let me see. Let's see. It is great and it tastes like our food.
Really?
Because it tastes like it has potato inside, right?
No, no potato. It's probably the codfish that you're tasting.
That is great. And something that I would like to ask you, it's like this dish represents you.
It does. It does. This is one of the favorite dishes that I make. My sons, they were born here, and this was one of the first dishes I introduced them to, and they fell in love with it. And this is something that I usually make quite often for them because it's one of their favorites.
Is the last thought about like what represents about family?
I would say it does represent family. For me, what is important is for my children to be able to understand their mom's culture. And so this feels like home.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kayan. Thank you for joining us, your country. And we're really excited to have you here. Stay tuned for the next shocking episode of Culture Shock. Until next time.